The Central Control Board was an experiment to control the production, distribution and sale of alcohol in the Carlisle, Northumberland and Gretna area. Harry Redfern came to Carlisle in 1916 as the board's chief architect to manage the experiment. He immediately closed down 50 of the more disreputable drinking houses. His main task was to make the public houses more socially acceptable, and some would say more civilised. The Control Board continued for a few years after the end of the war, but when the new licensing laws were introduced, it became the Carlisle and District State Management Scheme. Harry Redfern continued to manage the pubs, introducing more facilities such as the provision of food, games rooms and bowling greens. Some of the pubs even got ladies' toilets. Harry Redfern was already an accomplished architect when he came to Carlisle. He had established his reputation by designing houses such as these for staff in Oxford and Cambridge universities. He employed a sort of rustic brick style with gables breaking up the roofline. After the war, when the financial situation began to ease, he started designing a number of public houses in the city and the surrounding area. Some were rebuilds, some were fitted into available spaces in already built-up areas, and several were on open sites where more land made bowling greens an additional asset. In his designs, Harry Redfern wanted to get away from the sort of shop front appearance of many of the public houses. Over the years, his so-called model pubs have experienced mixed fortunes. The first to open in 1927 was the Apple Tree on Lowther Street, conveniently situated opposite the Ribble and Cumberland bus station. For a time it was the Pippins, but then reverted to its original name. The Malt Shovel in Rickergate was a rebuild and presently shows the signs of the 2015 floods. In its heyday, the Horse and Farrier was an impressive building, complete with bowling green. It's now a barricaded fortress awaiting redevelopment, or sadly, more likely to be demolition. The Black Lion at the busy crossroads in Durdar was in a good location. The main entrance is now at the rear with a substantial hedge shielding it from the main road. The Coach and Horses in the north of the city appears to be in good health and thriving. "1930 saw the opening of 3 pubs. The Spinner's Arms in Cummersdale was a rebuild, with a very appropriate name, with a textile mill just down the road. The Cumberland Inn was tucked into a very narrow site in Botchergate, hence an extra story compared with the other pubs. The Rose and Crown in Upperby stood empty for a while, and then because it was in a dangerous state, it had to be demolished. For the Crescent, formerly the White House in Warwick Road, Harry adopted a sort of Spanish style, with a loggia and plenty of wrought ironwork. It's now a restaurant. The Magpie in Botcherby was closed when I went to film there, but it has since reopened. It appeared to be in good condition because it had just recently been renovated. The bowling green at the rear was hardly suitable for a game of bowls, and clearly the last game of bowls had ended rather abruptly. The Wee Chief in Abbeytown, opened in 1935, shows all the usual characteristics of one of Harry's houses. But look at it now. The Jester in the St Nicholas area of town was originally the Earl Grey. Not Harry's usual design, but clearly influenced by the Odeon style of architecture which was popular in the 1930s. The pub closed some years ago and it's now a centre for taekwondo classes. For the Crown Inn at this very busy junction in Stanwix, there was a return to the use of rustic bricks. The original Cumberland Wrestlers was in the Water Street area off James Street, but was demolished when the Citadel station was enlarged. This Cumberland Wrestlers was a new build with an old name, but it's no longer a public house. The last of the model pubs, opened in 1940, was actually designed by Joseph Seddon, Harry's chief assistant. It features all the hallmarks of a Harry Redfern pub, and he showed his full approval. It bears the name Redfern and is surely a fitting reminder of all his good work in the city of Carlisle.